Hey, how are you?
It's a really good Thursday morning.
It is a really good Thursday morning. My friend
I
Jamie,
actually
we're
go.
going to San Diego. My friend Jamie and I are going to San Diego this morning. So we're like kind of mapping out our trip by food and wine.
Oh, so you're leaving this morning? This morning?
Oh no, this week her and I are talking this morning about our this weekend trip.
Okay. I'm disoriented because I got blackout curtains for my bedroom, and so we've been doing this show the whole morning because I do my show in the bedroom. I put my little thing up right here, and then the blackout curtains work, and so I've only had my little ring light for my phone, and the whole time it's felt like it's 3 o'clock in the morning here because the blackout curtains have kept the room so dark. So I just opened them the other day, a few minutes ago. Like there's sunshine out there right now.
Yeah, oh yeah. I love a dark. I'm at my parents' house right now. The PG&E's been going out in my neighborhood, and they have blackout curtains like in every bedroom. And I'm like, I'm gonna nap so hard here today.
Oh, it's amazing. It's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It took me so long to get these.
Right? Look how
Yeah,
long my hair is getting.
it's getting really long.
This is the longest it's ever been. And it's because of the pandemic. I couldn't go get it cut or anything. So I just kept putting like deep conditioner in it and just letting it grow. And it's getting hella long. I'm so excited. I want it like all the way to my butt long.
That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be really cool.
Yeah. We'll talk tomorrow about how superficial I am about my hair. Tomorrow on the show. That is going to be our topic is like, how shallow are you?
Not at all. You've never been compared to a saucer of milk.
Like I'm having serious complications with my health. And once I knew it affected my hair, I got my crap together.
You're like, oh, well, now I'll take it seriously. Okay. Now I guess we better buckle down and really watch this.
We're messing with the fro now. Hey, did you see the Snapchat filter that I should get royalties for?
Yeah. Did you see how I looked almost exactly like you?
Yes, I'm going to pull it up. Okay, so if you have a Snapchat account, we're going to talk about our not date night last night. But if you have a Snapchat, go on it, and there is a filter that I swear to you looks exactly like me, to where my dad was all, you should find out who made that, because I have a feeling like they stole your photo. Hold on, I have one of you, and I have Angie Good. I'll pull it up right now.
No, they were. I mean, if you use that filter is spot on 1,000,000% you.
Isn't it?
1,000,000%.
All right, here's Angie. Let me minimize that and let me pull yours up. That's funny. So my friend Danette she's like, we did a whole Madden filter. We look just like you. And I thought, okay, maybe she's exaggerating a little bit. And then I saw it and I'm like, nope, that's me. Here we go. Let's show Ian Riley. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh my God.
You guys,
look at your picture somewhere.
It's even the sunglasses. So I had those exact sunglasses on. So here, let me show her. I had those exact sunglasses on yesterday and I was taking them off and putting them on and taking them off and putting them on. My dad's like, nothing's changed. And I go, I know. Here's Angie Good. Here's our boss lady. Isn't that hilarious? Okay, so Ian Riley and I went out last night. We went to Old Town last night. How'd you like steak night?
I had such a fun time. I want to do that every Wednesday.
Isn't everybody there fantastic? I told you.
That was so cool. That was so cool. I had a great time out there.
Out the atmosphere, the people, and I remember you're like, should I get there about 7:30? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm gonna get there at 6. So I sat my butt down about 5:56, and by 6:11, the whole place was packed. So I'm glad I went it because I have a specific seat, which you found out last night. The bartender was like, she even got her seat. Yeah.
No, that was a super cheers moment. That was one of those like when you walk in and everybody knows your name.
I've been going to that place for 20 years. They all know me.
Yeah, that was so rad. I had such a great time there last night. We had a really good time. And everybody that came up and all of your friends that were coming up and talking to you were all super cool. The bartenders were all super cool. It was just cool. The owner was super cool. It was all cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we went out and everybody thought we were a couple. There was multiple people. Are you taking care of him? What's going on? And we're like, we're not together. So there was one time this guy comes up and says something to Ian about his girlfriend. He goes, I'm not with her. I'm like, are you embarrassed to be with me? That was like a real a brazen response.
There's no good way to say it. There's just no good way to say when two friends are hanging out, they're guy girl, because when you and I are hanging out and we're talking, we're at a bar. We look like a couple. We're like into the conversation. Our heads are down. They're like our heads are together. We look like we're leaving together that night. We just do. And so when they come up, I don't know how to say, there's no polite way to be like, that's not my girlfriend.
And then there was this one guy that I was interested in. So every time he'd come around and be like, hey, have you guys met my co-host and friend and friend?
Have you guys met my co-host, friend, and man with whom I am not doing anything with of a physical nature, not even high-fiving because he takes social distancing seriously, and I'm completely and 100% available. I'm talking to you, guy wearing that shirt with the flag on it.
Yes. And so I decided if we're going to keep hanging out like this, because I had so much fun, I need a shirt that says, this guy is not my boyfriend. And it like has like the little pointing arrow.
I'm going to need one that also says that this girl is not my girlfriend. Right?
We are not a couple.
Not together.
Maybe we both should have just matching shirts that says, we are not a couple. Because as soon as you became single, a million people hit me up. They're like, are you guys? And I'm like, no, we've been friends for so long.
Okay, so first of all, I want that list. Second of all, should we get a shirt that says, made out one time 20 years ago, wasn't for us?
It wasn't for us. And then he had to drag me back to the hotel because I threw up outside a taxi. That's how long ago it was. We used a taxi.
Like we had to hail a cab. Taxi. Ah, this one's not going to taxi. Nope, that one's going too. I don't even know where we ended up that night. We were in a part of town.
We went for like some weird walk away thing, right?
Oh yeah. And then we were on the phone with your ex-husband for a while, and then I don't even know who else we were on the phone with. Like it was a long night. It was
before I was married to him, so it wasn't like Ian and I were making out and I was on the phone talking to my husband. It was like way before that.
20 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, I was like 23, 24.
But last night, I was thinking to myself, because I know that when we got there, you were like, oh hey, I haven't seen the girls that I would normally be introducing you to, or something like that. But I was thinking to myself, that wouldn't have mattered if there was a whole host of people waiting to meet the next one. It wouldn't have been us, because hanging out with you, I was claimed.
Yeah, you were. Okay, so then we started the grill up. And you were holding my purse the whole time. Because you're like, I go, you could just leave it in between your feet. Just making you're like, no, I'm going to go ahead and hold on to this. Like you were clenching it and making sure that nobody came near my purse.
And then I think I offended. I didn't mean to. And I think that he knows I didn't mean to. But the dude that was standing next to us when we were there, the guy with the orange shirt and that had the bikes.
Yes.
Was his name Rob? I think his name was Rob. Anyway.
I know his wife, Novia. I don't remember his name right now. Okay.
So I was holding your purse, but not because of him. I was just holding it because your seat was tipped up against the bar. I had my soda, my water. I had your purse. And then he was sitting there. And then once you came back and put your chair back down is when I put your purse back down on the floor. But he and I were talking the whole time. So it looked like I was clutching your purse to guard him from your purse.
Were you really just guarding everybody from my purse?
Yeah. But it looked like he was like suspect number one. And he was there while I was holding it.
And then everybody was wondering which one of us was going to grill. So I kind of let you just sit there. We started off going back and forth. Do you want to explain like how you saw it? And then
how do you mean how I saw it? Because when I got there, I didn't know when we were going to grill. I'm not used. Okay, so first of all, I'm not used to grilling over a mesquite like that. So
okay, and Riley had a 10 ounce and I had a 14 ounce. So we had very different time. And mine was way, way, way thick. Yeah,
super thick, which I'm going to get next time. Mm-hmm. So you set the timers for the first time around. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to just go out and flip them. So I didn't want to do like the heavy lifting. I just wanted like you did all the seasoning and stuff. I just wanted to go flip them. But then you made me sit out there and like wait. So where my plan was, we were just going to be sitting at the bar, and then you'd be like, "Hey, go flip them," and I'd run up and go flip them. I had to go out and wait through the timers, because when I came back in, I'm like, "Okay, mine's flipped," and you're like, "And mine?" I'm like, "I thought you were flipping yours." Like, no, I turned this whole thing over to you. This is all you now.
And then I just took over right after that.
So I went out and I flipped yours and I came back in because I was pretty sure we weren't getting enough heat, but I didn't.
You were
want to
100% sure because you were dead. Even though after I took, and I just told you to sit there and I'll take it from here and blah, 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 blah. You cooked yours perfectly, but you were 100% right that mine needed way more time because it was thicker.
Because I was looking at the heat and I was thinking mine's a pretty thin cut, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of heat here. So I'm going to give this the kind of time I think that she was going to use for hers initially. But then when we brought yours in, I was like, oh, I don't know about that. And you're like, yeah, I'll be back. And then you went and did it the right way.
So while mine was cooking and Ian's holding my purse, I'm making him sit there while I make his plate with like salad
fries and ranch. Yeah.
And you're all, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, sit your butt and relax. And all these ladies are like, let her do it. Just let her do it. And then I wonder why everybody thinks we're a couple.
Right. So I was looking around. I can't remember who it was, but like you had said, and so a dude who was not part of our thing, like walked by and kind of like gave me like the, okay, eyebrows, like, dude, you gotta. And so when he walked back by, I said, I always let my women's get my salad for me.
Yeah, because I even poured your ranch and was like, tell me when.
Thank you again for last night. Like, side note, like you really, like you hosted me last night. It was really cool.
Oh, I'm glad you had a good time.
I had a really good time. You know, like I know that we've taken a right-hand turn on more fun stuff and stuff like that. And then we've really gotten away from it. But like these last 6 months and, you know, especially for both of us and you know, just me personally have not been awesome. And last night was like a super needed, like just a, you know?
I could tell because when you first got there, you were going through some stuff. And when you started the steaks, you were having some like anxiety, which we've talked about before. So I don't think I'm throwing you under the bus. No. And I could tell your mind was all over the place. And then within an hour, you became just Ian again. You know, your normal, funny personality self.
It took a minute,
That first hour, you were like, because you haven't been out in forever. This is new people, which is not you, unless you're working, is not your thing to be around that crowded amount of strangers.
Yeah.
And then within an hour, and then Ian doesn't drink. If you are new to the show, Ian has been sober a very long time. And everybody kept trying to buy you shots. And they're like, you're with Madden, you don't drink. Right? And so they were making you Coke. We had so much fun, Jennifer. So they're making you Coke, and Kim is her name, super cute. You're like, I want a dirty Coke. She's like, you want me to put an olive in it? And you're all, I want you to do all of the things, whatever garnishes you put in other drinks. And she came back with a Coke with a cherry, a pepper, an olive,
lemon,
and
I think that was
else.
it. Was that it? There was one more other thing in there. Yeah.
She's like, you don't have to drink. You drank it and you're all, this is so gross, right?
It was the worst. Oh. And a green olive in Coca-Cola. The olive tastes awful.
And Kim goes, you don't have to finish that. And you're like, I absolutely do. You went through all the trouble because you were joking with her. And then she came back with your drink. And she's like,
Kim
here are all the
fun.
Wasn't she great? Like, so was Shelby.
When I was doing that, and so was Shelby too. Shelby was great.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're kind of going back and forth on the drink thing, right? And I was just having fun. I was like, you got a cherry? Put a cherry in there. Do it all. You got a pepper? Let's go with peppers. Let's go peppers, right? I didn't think she was gonna do it. When she came back, I'm like, the worst thing I can do is like turn my nose to this drink right now. Like she went through all the effort of grabbing all the things and dumping them in there. Let's do this. Let's lean in. Let's have this drink. The olive was the worst.
Coke flavored olive.
The olive was the worst to eat, and the olive was the absolute worst flavor in that Coke because she put a little pepper in there too. But the pepper actually kind of added like a subtle kick. It was like a spicy Coke without really any sort of foul flavor to that. But the olive really messed with the flavor profile.
Well, I had so much fun with you. We need to do it again. Somebody make me a t-shirt that says this guy is not my boyfriend. That would be great. Or 2 t-shirts that say we are not a couple with the K. We should wear those to events anyway. Because
that should just be a K-hop shirt.
You became single. Did you get that question too, or was it just me?
So when I became single and then I got my girlfriend for the few months that I had, when I wasn't naming the puppy, everybody was asking me, it's Madden, huh? Is it Madden? Tell me it's Madden.
We are very different when it comes to relationships. Riley likes to lock it in and I don't.
Yeah, no, I'm a relationshipy guy. I really am. I don't know why. I just am. And you're like You're like a bag in the wind. You're like,
I am. And I'm going to find the right guy when I'm going to settle down one day. And I know I'm ready for that. But I'm just do.
That's it though. You are a relationshipy person. You're more of a relationshipy person than I am. You just haven't found the right guy yet that checks all the boxes. And I let people check boxes maybe sooner than I should.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, that was sarcastic. You being sarcastic there? Was that not real?
No.
Yeah, no, I know I do. I will look at somebody's attributes and their pros and cons, and I'll look at, my hypothetical box that, needs to get checked, and I'll start bending things to make them fit into that mold,
Yes.
So again, we talked about this a couple of days ago.
Yes, Marty. I absolutely need that shirt. Marty, if you're new to the show, Marty is Ian's sister.
Oh, okay. So she's going to go ahead and talk a little crap right now.
She's not. She's saying that I'm your little security.
You absolutely are. You absolutely are. Marty, spend a day with Madden. and then, that's my security. Okay. So since my sister wants to go here and since she can't defend herself, everybody below is my sister Marty. My sister Marty is 8 years older than me. I'm 42. She's now 50. She talks like she's 12. When she gets on the telephone, when you call my sister, and you have to talk to my sister on the phone because anyway.
Oh, she doesn't text?
She does. She does a little bit. She's on here. I'm proud that she's on here. Like the fact that she's actually watching a live stream and that nobody is setting up for her is actually kind of a big deal. But when she gets on the phone, when she calls you and you answer, hello? Hi, Ian. It's Marty.
She's so sweet.
Oh my God. It's so good to hear from you. How are you? And I'll be like, I'm good, Marty. I'm working in the garage right now. I'm putting something together. She's like, oh my God. You're so good at those things. You're so talented.
She's so sweet. Where did you come from?
I don't know. We have different dads.
There's. You think she can't defend herself, but I'm running the comments, and I'm going to let her write whatever she wants.
we have different donors, and apparently her donor gave her the. Hi, I don't know. Oh my God, you're so bad.
I talk like that, but my sister and we have the same dad, a mom. Could not be more different.
When you say you talk like that, though, are you talking like that on purpose? Because that's just how she talks. But only to me. Only to me. If you get anybody else on the phone, my sister has a B side to her where the voice will drop. Okay? We'll get rid of that. We'll go from, oh my God, I can't believe it. Did you really forget my fries?
You know why? Okay, I bet you I know why.
Why?
Because you're so sensitive.
Me?
I bet her entire life she's tried to talk to you normally and figured out that she just has to be a little bit more girly and a little bit more sensitive when she speaks with you so that you don't get your feelings hurt.
I take offense to that, and here's why. Because when I was 5 years old and I would get in trouble and I would cry because I would cry all the time, the only thing she would do is bring in the surprise box that had toys and trinkets in it to make me feel better.
That's nice of her. She didn't have to do anything. She didn't have to do anything for you.
I know. She's a good, honestly, she's a good woman. I had a phenomenal sister growing up. As far as like having big sisters and big brothers, I got picked on a lot when I was little because it's me. Like I'm okay now, but I was also this way when I was little. So people that were bigger than me, like, we got to shut this kid up. So she was like the 8 years older than me sister. So when I'm 8 and the 10-year-olds are picking on me, that's cool because the 16-year-old's going to come down and kick your ass.
Right?
I remember I
used to do that to my sister. So you even kind of made a joke last night with some way old friends, people I've known over 20 years. And you're like, have you ever been around Madden where she doesn't like something that's happening, so she pops off her mouth just loud enough for them to hear her? They're like, no, right? I used to do that. And then when they come back at me, I'd be like, my sister will beat you up. And my sister like, you got to stop saying that. You gotta stop.
I remember one time, and this is so gross. I remember one time when we were living in Granite Bay, I think I was 5 or 6 years old. I had a little Diamondback bike, right? The kids on the half pipe were messing with me, and one of them hawked a huge loogie on the seat of my bike, right?
Gross.
So I had to ride it home standing up, and I was all bummed out because there was spit on my bike, and I couldn't wipe it off, right? She marches down there, and I'm behind her, and I can't remember what she said, but it was a whole group of like 5 or 6 11-year-olds, right? So here comes the 13, 14-year-old who's towering over them now because she's hit puberty. She's pretty confident in who she is, and she's got crazy red hair out to here that's going to make anybody be like, whoa. What did they say last night? What did they say
I know nothing about that. What?
Everything they say about redheads is true. My sister also was that. Everything they say about redheads is true because every single one of those 13-year-olds in that half pipe was like, oh, here comes Marty. Ian, we're so sorry. Can we wipe that off? Oh my God.
Yeah, that guy was like, redheads are, I go, everything your father warned you about redheads is 100% true. That was on one of my dating profiles.
That's right. That's what it was. Yes. So walking there, it was like, hey, it's okay. Your bike's gonna be okay. And then there it was like, who did this to my brother? Whose head will I eat for dinner? And whose toes will I barbecue as a dessert?
You sounds like that Batman.
Walking back. How's your bike? Are you okay?
Oh, I love Marty. You're a little sensitive boy, though.
She's a good big sister.
She is a good big sister. But I had a total love to hang out with you last night. It's so much fun.
I did too. Everybody there was so cool. And I want to do it again. I want to do steak night again and again. And the steak was really good, by the way. And then he was telling me, so I don't know how big he said I can go as big as I want on those steaks.
So you get a 10-ounce steak, and it's for $15. You get a 10-ounce steak. They're not paying us to talk about this. These people have been my friends 20 years. Like I've been going there a long time.
We had last night.
Yes. It's $15 for a 10-ounce steak, and salad, French fries, and bread. Okay. It's $1 more for each ounce bigger. So I go with a 14, even if I'm not going to eat it because it's just thicker to me.
What's the biggest New York steak you've ever seen?
The biggest I've seen somebody order in there is a 30-ounce. And one of the guys last night ordered a 20-ounce. But there was a time when I was still living here in the Valley and I was going there all the time that there was like these big muscle guys, like these big bodybuilder guys. And they would get, it looked like meatloafs, man. They were so big. But then they wouldn't eat anything else. They wouldn't eat the salad. They wouldn't eat the bread. They wouldn't eat the fries. They would just crush the whole big old thing of steak.
I'm going to eat a 35-ounce steak next week.
No, you're not.
I just said I am.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
Yes.
And I'll be sit there to watch you because I'm not doing that.
How long do you think it takes to eat a 35-ounce steak?
Never, because I don't think you'll finish it.
How big was the steak in The Great Outdoors that John Candy ate up at Bass Lake? Do you remember that scene? That was a huge steak. We'll have to look that up. That was there's that out at Bass Lake.
Stevenson Bar and Grill in Stevenson. They do a 30-ounce ribeye. Oh man, it's so good. And then I have like ribeye for like the next 2 to 3 days.
See, I think I could kill that in one sitting.
The one at Stevenson Bar and Grill, it's delicious.
Yeah.
And they do a steak and oyster night 1 weekend a month where you go out there and it's like all you can eat barbecued oysters. Oh man, steak in Great Outdoors.
Because I remember it was a huge steak and he got a shirt if he was able to finish it.
He had to finish the gristle and everything.
That's right. Oh God, the gristle. Okay.
96er. 96-ounce steak.
Okay, how many pounds is 96 ounces? How many?
How many pounds is 96 ounces?
6.
6 pounds.
Oh.
Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to. And if you are going to get something that big, let me know so that I could call Jason ahead of time so that they're prepared for this. Don't do that. Seriously.
What if next week I do a 2-pound steak and then each week I go up a half a pound? I'm training. You just lost like 50 pounds. Why are you doing this to yourself? I lost 80 pounds.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was 275. I'm down to,
Damn
I'm
it.
195 right now. I was 275 at my heaviest when the pandemic started. I'm down to 195 now. So
I'm
thinking,
good for you.
thank you. I think I have a little, I think I have a little room for error here, right? If I eat right for most of the week and then I start on a 2-pound steak
You're right.
and then a 2.5, I mean, 3-4 weeks in, we could be up to the 96er.
We could. If you really want to do this, though, let me call Jason and Amy at a time so they are prepared.
You know what I could do? You know what I could do is start an Instagram page and start my journey for the 96er. And I can come up with some sort of an inspirational story on what got me to training for the 96er. I could come up with something
What
like,
would be your inspirational story? We were on a live stream and I thought this would be fun.
we were on a live stream talking about the steaks, and my partner completely and totally demasculated me because I was not able to barbecue the steak the right way. And so I just wanted to prove to myself that I could hold my own with everybody there when it came to cooking a steak. And I found it helpful to increase the steak size each week to just try something new as I charge towards what everybody should charge towards, which is being just like John Candy in the great outdoors and finishing the 96er.
Hashtag goals. Hashtag live your most life. Hashtag live life love.
Single and goal oriented. Oh, live, love, wait, eat, love, pray. I'm single and I'm goal oriented. I laid out a 3-week plan right now.
Marty, since we're talking about his jeans, let's also discuss again how Ian Riley is the girl on the show.
Why?
So yesterday I'm shopping with my mom and I all of a sudden have like 10 text messages from Ian, and he has his t-shirts laid out and numbered, and he has his shoes laid out and numbered, and he has his jeans laid out and numbered. And he's like, can you choose a number from each category and put my outfit together? How have I not talked about that yet? And I'm looking at my mom. I go, look, what is he doing? And my mom's like, oh, he should wear that shirt. We're all looking at your clothes.
But wasn't it super easy? Like, it's a good method, right?
You laid it all. You had your shoes on display. And then I ended up just having you go with the plain black tee. I love a plain black t-shirt on a man.
I honestly, I figured that was going to be the direction that we were going.
I know, Kristen, what a bee, right?
Because
that's what girls do. This is what girls do. Jamie and I have been sending each other dresses for a week about what we're going to wear this weekend. But I didn't have her choose them for me. I'd just be like, girl, this is what I'm going to wear. What are you going to wear? Oh, my God. I want, they're labeled and everything, you guys.
Can you not screenshot that?
I'm going to send it to myself right now. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, but the reason I did that was I mean, uncertainty. What do you want me to say? I just wasn't sure.
I'm not mad at you. I was kind of proud of you.
Because the way I look at it, like, that's not my wheelhouse. I don't do that normally. And so you do. And I just figured that your eyes would be better for that than mine. And then as I was taking the pictures, I was realizing that, that the lighter shade clothing show up super, super light in the picture. So I had to specify that these are actually darker than they are lighter.
Yeah. And then he was like, just so you know, number 2 and 3 is, or Marty said she would have done the same thing. I'm gonna show it right here. Hold on. I'm just gonna show the t-shirts.
So this is okay. In my marriage, I got a lot of garbage for this in my marriage too, because every time we would move, when I packed, I had an alphanumeric system for the boxes where if you checked the label on the box, it coordinated with a list. So you didn't have to pack each room. You just had to have the box, and then you could check what you were looking for against the box. Why are you doing this to me?
And then, hold on, I ain't done. I'm so mad that it even took me this long to get in here. We should have been talking about this the whole time, because I'm not done. Hold on. And then I couldn't decide between 2 of the shirts. So he started sending me pictures of him in the shirts and being like, does this one look better? He's like, this one's tucked in and this one isn't. And I'm like, thanks for pointing that out. I couldn't just look at the shirt and the photo and see that it's tucked in. And you know what, Ian? Don't tuck your shirt in, not ever. Don't ever do it. Hold on. Men don't tuck in shirts. Hold on. So then he starts sending me like poses.
I wasn't posing.
I love you so much. And then he sent me the one in the blue, and he's like, hold on, let me show the tucked in one. He's all, this one's tucked in. Kristen, if you're still, Marty, if you're still on here, let me know if he needed to tell me that this shirt was tucked in. Are you mad at me?
No, there's a reason I said that though, is because we were trying to decide between the blue and the black. And so when I put the blue one on, I was looking at it, it didn't look right untucked. And so I was asking if it would look I was basically asking if it would look better tucked in, because untucked, it just didn't look right. And I had a feeling we were going to circle back and land on the black. And I was just giving this one last chance in a different way. I wasn't sure. And so I was just trying to cover all my bases.
Okay. I don't hate this. I don't hate this shirt tucked in. I don't hate this shirt tucked in.
Because untucked, it didn't look very good.
I agree with you. Now that I'm looking more at it, here, I have the untucked. You might be right. You're right. When it comes to this blue shirt, you're 100% right. Because that shirt does look good on you, but I'm not sure I liked it. I'm not sure I like it untucked. Here,
yeah, untucked, I got a really weird feeling about it. So I just wasn't sure. And so I guess pointing out that it was tucked in was a bit excessive. And looking back, like if I had to do anything over again, if I had to look back at that and do anything different, I guess I wouldn't point out that it was tucked in. I mean, I might as well have also pointed out that it's a wall behind me and that I'm a person.
So here it is, untucked. So you're right. Jennifer says it looks like a mugshot. We are so mean to you.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm fully aware. I'm fully aware that I put myself on the tee for this every time.
I like a plain black t-shirt on a man. It's the truth. And so you're like, out of all of these shirts I just bought, you want me to wear this Hanes black t-shirt? And I'm like, yeah.
You know what frustrated me about that though was not that you wanted me to wear that shirt, was that we had just gone shopping, not you and I, but I just gone out shopping, and I bought things that I normally wouldn't buy. Like that blue shirt is something I normally wouldn't buy, not because I don't like it. I just,
I still think it looks nice on you. Mm-hmm.
I do too. And last night it just didn't fit.
Yeah, but the atmosphere we were in last night, aren't you glad with the outfit I picked out? It was your Chucks and your
100%,
okay.
100%.
Because even though we were going out, it's still very casual atmosphere out there.
And as we were finishing up, I was frustrated thinking to myself, like for all of these things that I bought, and even on the nights where the blue shirt does work, I'm just a black t-shirt and jeans guy. Then
own it.
You know?
I like it. I don't know if there's other ladies. See, she likes the black tee too. Then own it. I love a plain, crisp. As soon as it starts, they're cheap enough that as soon as it starts to fade, throw it away or use it in the garage. Because I know what you're like. You like to hold on to a t-shirt forever. But as soon as it starts to fade, get rid of it. I like a crisp black t-shirt. Done.
Let me see what's in my t-shirt drawer right now. I have. Okay. Remember this one? Hold on.
A bunch of screen print. There's no way that fits you anymore.
This? Oh,
it's got to be. Yeah, that's got to be way too big.
I swim in all of these.
Yep. See?
And then
Courtney says the same.
We had a listener who made this one for me.
Yeah. So somebody made that for him so that he could wear it into restaurants and they serve him better.
And it works.
I would wear it all the time.
And then I actually have like 5 of these.
Well, yeah, you can't get rid of those.
Because whenever you go to a game, they'll give you one. And then what happens is I come home and I turn them into garage shirts real quick. But that's t-shirt drawer number 1. That's my garage t-shirt drawer. I have a going out t-shirt drawer and I have a disc golf drawer.
Men and women are so different.
I have 6 drawers and 3 cubbies on my dresser. And when my wife and I lived together, I had 3 of the drawers and 1 of the cubbies. And when she moved out, I somehow exploded to all 6 drawers and all 3 cubbies.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Doesn't it feel like you have so much space?
So, well, I think what happened was I think that I got in my head and I went super ADHD because like I was talking about the alphanumeric when I move, I think I broke everything down to like the nth degree. So like I have like my cubbies, there's like an ankle sock drawer, a dress sock drawer, a crew sock drawer. And then I have an underwear drawer and an undershirt drawer. And then I have my garage shirt drawer, my disc golf drawer. So I broke it all down.
Is it because you're thinking like that's the way you wanted it your whole marriage and you finally had your own way? Or you just really that OCD?
It's because I'm in this house half the time by myself and I get bored. And so I just start organizing stuff.
I understand that.
So,
all right,
I broke down the shirts anyway.
We've been on here a little bit. Thanks for letting us make fun of you and your outfit. I can't believe I didn't bring up those outfits earlier. I thought it was cute.
It was but that was a good method, right? Like that made it kind of easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all can use that, by the way. You're welcome. I don't know if anybody else has ever done it, but
yeah, Jennifer wants you to come organize for my sister is the best at that too. All right. We are giving away Black Widow tickets, series cruising tickets on the air. Stock to 99. Blogger Ashley has your Boys to Men tickets. So she does an all request lunch hour. Call in your request, your shout outs, 548 or 4660951, and she's giving away Boys to Men tickets. Oh man.
Say goodbye to yesterday.
And Marty's agreeing with me. It's because you want things his way. See, we'll dive into that tomorrow.
Yeah, hey Marty. Yeah, in the last 12 years, just so you know, in 42 years that you've known me, these last 12 years have been the 12 years with her. I don't get my way.
All right, you guys. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys.